Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about overcoming burnout. Have you tried those days wherein you feel tired and drained most of the time at work, at home? You can't able to sleep. You don't have a good quality of sleep, and you don't want to eat. You have headache, muscle pain. You are disconnected to your work, to the world. You don't know where you are. You are irritable. You come to work late and you leave early. You don't want to be there anymore. You procrastinate. You avoid responsibilities in work and in your duties, even though that is really your in line to your responsibilities, but you don't want to be there. You aren't happy at all. Have you experienced those days, those times wherein you've lost your motivation and you feel trapped? Those unhappy days at work, or it could also happen at home, at work, at home. So it's you feel devastated in those times. Well, today we are going to talk about how to prevent it, how to defeat those feelings, those experiences, how to overcome them. you know Burnout is a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress, often related to work or caregiving responsibilities, to mommies and daddies, wherein sometimes or most days they feel fatigue, they feel sick, and it's hard for them to sleep. They don't know if they still like to eat or sleep. Is it necessary? And they feel helpless. They lose they lose their enthusiasm and motivation to engage in the activities that's in front of them, because they are overwhelmed with stress. So they're totally burnout. And to some people, they divert this burnout experiences to alcohol, drugs, and other substances to manage stress in order to cope. It's just that yeah, there's nothing wrong with coping, but sometimes it could be wrong. It could get wrong. Now I'm gonna give you seven tips on how to prevent burnout, before it happens. And even, you know, we also gonna plan out in long term how to uh, really take good care of ourselves and to avoid burnout in the long term, in the long run. Now, preventing burnout involves proactive strategies to manage stress and maintain healthy work-life balance. So as I've said earlier, there's no such thing as work-life balance, but balancing, there is balancing your work and personal life. Now, the first thing that you can do in order to achieve that, the basic one, is set boundaries. That is number one. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal life to ensure adequate time for rest. In other words, when you are at work, be at work. When you are at home, be present there. And at work, it's important to set boundaries from those, non-urgent stuff. You prioritize your task. What is the most important thing to be done, which can make you fulfilled at work? So set the urgent, and then make time for the non-urgent, and then maybe might as well you work on the not important and not urgent stuff later. Maybe 30 minutes for that, or 15 minutes before you leave work. Those non-urgent, non-important stuff. Chit chat, like listening to to gossips. You can do that. You focus on the most important, the urgent stuff that has to be done by you. And then the next thing is focus on those important stuff but not urgent. So you can even plan your day, the flow of your day ahead of time. So if you have time really to plan out your day job for tomorrow, like for example when you're at work, you can make time for that. That is important but non-urgent, but that is important for you to secure your future days, the flow of your days in your work. Like for example, for nurses, nursing is quite stressful when you are handling different sorts of patients with different conditions from mild to severe. So if you are handling like you are in the same section for the entire week, and then you know the level of difficulty that you're in today, like if you work 3 times a week or 4 times a week, so you'll be staying in the same section the following day, so you know what's gonna happen the next time around. But if you don't plan it out, you're not intentional, sometimes there could be whirlwind. But if you are intentional at work, you can actually predict what's going to happen next. Even if you could be in a different section. I mean, different section means different set of patients the following day. But when you are working in that specific area for a couple of months or years, and you've handled almost the same cases, then you can actually predict what's going to happen. And if something unexpected comes up, and you've learned from it, and you are going to expect it the next time around, then you know what to do. That's the good thing about our brain, as nurses. And the same is true with other careers. So when you've been through that job for years and years, everything is going to be automatic. When something pops up unexpected, you learn from it, then you'll expect it the next time, and you're getting better. So it's important to plan it out, be intentional at work. So once again, prioritize the urgent and important. Plan out the non-urgent but important. And you can set time, like the end of the day, the end of your shift, for those unimportant, non-urgent stuff. Chit chat, gossiping, taking those calls to help your secretaries or help your colleagues, which is unrelated to you. So those are, bonus for your a good time management. And another thing you can do, number 2, manage workload. Prioritize tasks, delegate when possible, and avoid overcommitting. So prioritize those tasks which is just, within your scope, what is really your job. And to those urgent but not important, though, you can delegate to those stuff to your secretaries, to your if you are a manager, you can delegate to your fellow colleagues who are under you. So don't overcommit. Sometimes we overextend our responsibilities in a way that we try to work on those stuff which could be done by other people, by your colleagues, instead of working on your main thing. Avoid overcommitting. Number 3 is take regular breaks. Sometimes, if we keep working constantly for the entire day, we need to be off from those workloads. At least for like 30 minutes, for 45 minutes, or an hour, which is perfectly fine. You need to turn off the switch. Or even, we can even plan out stuff during our break time. When we come back, we become faster, better, because we had a break. Short breaks. And I'm not only talking about breaks during work shift. I mean, that breaks could also be holidays, your vacation. You need to be off work for in a certain period, days away from work. Turn off your brain work so that when you come back, it's going to help you recharge again. And number 4, self-care is important. Practice self-care. Engage in regular physical activities, eat balanced diet, and ensure sufficient sleep. Value sleep because it's also a break for your brain and body and spirit from work. Even though your metabolism, your brain is working while you sleep, but you need it. You need to recharge. And those physical activities, it could be like simple brisk walking outside or going to the gym. You can give out those negative feelings while walking, while you're in the gym. And then come back to your family, recharge, and present at the moment. Number 5, develop a support network. Support network could be your friends, your true friends who wants the best for you, your family, and colleagues for emotional support. You can give out to these people because you trust these people. And they can even give you better perspectives when you have problems at work or in your family. those people who wants the best for you, who wants to see you getting better than before. Number 6, practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Utilize meditation, deep breathing exercise, and just walk outside. Just be present and be connected to the nature. Mindfulness. To manage stress. It could be after work or during your break time. I've also observed from, my other staff in our company, you know, those people, they actually go outside for a walk during break time. I can see them walking around at the back of the institution, back of the building, talking and enjoying the sun. So that's also another way for relaxation, a relaxation technique. Mindfulness, yeah, meditation do help. I seldom do meditation. Sometimes, when I have things to ponder, when I feel like I'm overthinking, I do meditation to take out the source of the problem. But sometimes, because of meditation too, I also find out that the source of the problem could be, I am about to have my period. Yeah, it's funny, but I can feel that it's my energy, and then I can feel it in my head. Maybe yes, and then when I check on my phone, my menstrual cycle, yes, I'm about to have my periods. That could be the reason. So I just put in a heat pack over my tummy, my abdomen, while I sleep, and that eases me. Number 7, seek professional help. If it's too much, if it's overwhelming for you, seek professional help. Consult a mental health professional if stress becomes unmanageable. Because if think about it, if you can't manage it, you can compromise yourself, your health, as well as your loved ones, the people you love most. And you don't want to lose them. You don't want to lose yourself. So there's nothing wrong with asking help. So if it's needed, then go for it. Recovering from burnout requires both immediate and long-term strategies. When you feel like you're really tired and drained from work, and it happens to everybody though. It even happens to me, even if I do love my job, but sometimes there are shite days. Days when you can't understand that your body is totally drained and you end up tired. Sometimes you couldn't even talk to your loved ones at home because you're tired. It do happen to me though. Yes, I mentioned earlier that I love my job. Yes, I do. But sometimes I got home tired and I just want to sleep. Sometimes there are days. We can't be 100% all the time. Now, it's important to really acknowledge the problem. Recognize and accept that you're experiencing a burnout. Don't suppress it. Just accept it, because when you accept it, you can do something about it. It will be under your control. Now, the second thing that you can do is, once you acknowledge it, take time off. Give yourself a space. Take a break from work to rest and recover. When you feel sick, do not force your body to go to work in order for the money or to satisfy your boss. If you're sick, then take a sick leave. Rest. That's also a break for your mind, body, and spirit. If you're not going to be happy anyway going to work when you're sick, if you're not getting anything good out of it, then take a break. Stay at home. Get some rest. Number 3, seek support. Talk to therapist or counselor who can provide you strategies and support for recovery. If, at times when you are in the line of job which constantly makes you stressed out, anxious, depressed to the point that your mental health has been compromised, so take time to see a counselor, a therapist. If you need that, if you need to be in that, if you decide to stick around in that line of job, if it's important to see a therapist, then see a therapist. To keep your to get your act together, just don't lose yourself and your loved ones. Number four, the next thing you can do is that you can reevaluate your goals and priorities. Like, for example, if you really love your job, but you're stressed out over time, and it seems like it's not good for you, you reevaluate it. If it's, you think about it, it's worth pondering. If it's really, yeah, you love that job, but does it really helping you? Is it really good for you? Reflect on your personal and professional goals and make necessary adjustment to align with your values and well-being. If you love to be in that job, but it's compromising your health as well as the people around you, would you still choose it? Take time to think about it. I'm not saying to leave it all behind, but it is worth pondering. Reevaluate your priorities and make time. Take time. Incorporate, the fifth thing. Number 5, incorporate relaxation activities. So if it seems like you're in a stressful job, like for example, nursing job, regularly engage in activities that you find relaxing and enjoyable. So for me, for my friends though, we are nurses. So some of my friends during their day off, they make time to play online games because it relaxes them. All right. Some of my friends, they go to the gym. Some of my friends go to, during their day off, they try to venture those walking trails somewhere in the country. For myself, I work out. I read and I talk to my loved ones. That's already good enough for me. Quality time with my loved ones. With the loved ones. Well, my loved ones. Number 6, rebuild physical health. When you feel like you're totally stressed out, restore physical health through proper nutrition, exercise, and sleep. So, by means of planning ahead about the flow of your day at home and at work, by making time planning the important stuff, not important but non-urgent, that is your personal development, career, professional development, planning it out, making time for it, for that schedule, that will help you rebuild yourself back again. And you can do it, as many times as you can. You can do it in your workplace, you can do it at home. Planning out important stuff, but non-urgent. That is for your own growth. And to keep yourself gear up for the next day. And in the most part, when you plan out stuff and you are executing them, it means that you are intentional every time, each time. You are present there because you are there to learn, and it will help you learn stuff every day schooling life. Lastly, you can also consider developing a new coping mechanism. Learn and implement new strategies for managing stress in the future, such as time management and practical communication skills. If you need to delegate some stuff which is urgent but not important to you, you can delegate it to your secretary, to your, teammates. Those works which are unrelated to you but important for the team. Delegation. And that will also, good communication skills can also help you build boundaries in a nice and respectful ways. Coping mechanism, projection. You can project those stressful moments at work in your workout time, in your exercise session. It could be after work. Like if you're stressed out at work, you can work out in the gym hard. Punch the punching bag as best as you can. Or you can, when you feel stressed at work, you can plan out a walk. You can walk around the park for half an hour to release those energy, to the negative energies. Now, you can protect your mental and physical health by recognizing the signs of burnout and implement preventive measures. If burnout occurs, taking steps to recover and making long-term changes can help ensure a healthier and a more balanced approach to work and life, your personal life. And that will help you grow for the betterment of yourself, for your family, and for your future. So if you ever love this episode today, you can share it to your family and friends. You can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even Amazon Podcasts. This is Anne once again of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Thank you. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thanks once again.